I'm seeing there's another viewer on here. I have no way to know who's viewing, but if you want to comment, feel free. Thanks for tuning in. I am just playing Tetris, listening to NPR, and offering some commentary here and there.
I feel like the ICE agents have a job to do, but I know that our residents of Chicago and the citizens of our state also have a place to live right now, and I don't want that to change for
That's okay, I
anybody.
like
I
random.
think that it's good they're getting more support and more protection from the National Guard and the Army and all that. I think that's good for them, but I don't really fully support ICE itself.
Thanks for watching, Lo.
Michael, are there specific
Does
areas
your
in the
radio
city of
have to be so
Chicago
loud? Oh.
where ICE has been
Um,
conducting raids? And can you tell us
it
anything
doesn't
about
have
what
to
it's
be
been
this
like?
loud. It was just something I was trying, um, just to have something in the background, but welcome. Is it Raishinpu? Raishinpu. What, you're not usually interested in the news, so does that mean sometimes you're interested in the news? Don't you have Maya music? um, do I have Maya music? That's a good question. So the graphic you're seeing, like I listen to jazz radio in my car, and every hour there's 5 minutes of news. Oh, I see. Um, the thing about music is that it appears, from what I've read so far, because I am new to streaming, there could be some like copyright violations. So that's the reason I've chosen not to stream music. I thought that the radio would be safe to stream in the background, but what I want to do is kind of be able to find a balance of having the news, but people can still hear my voice, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm new to this, so open to feedback. But you like jazz radio? Okay, that's cool. I do have jazz, but yeah, back to the graphic. I think this calendar is actually known as like the Aztec calendar. So there is correct, but if you delete the VOD you can. Yeah, but not that I'm super interested in monetization. I just want to create the possibility of that, and as an artist, it's the copyright issues are issues that I encounter and have encountered, so I just want to be sensitive. Don't get me wrong, I love music. Hoping to, well, working on making my own. But yeah, back to the Maya music. So the calendar that you're seeing is, as far as I know, is actually Aztec. So they're related in some ways because they're from the same region, which is Mexico. But the Mayan calendar is one that I'm actually not as familiar with. Fair enough. There's also DRM free music. There's a ton on Spotify. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. For the future. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. The more I can focus on engaging with viewers, the better. So what brings you on here? Do you like playing Tetris? Do you play Tether.io? Which one's older, Maya or Aztec? Oh, that's a really good question. I am still researching the answer to your question. What I've encountered, because I've met some people who have Mayan, who speak Mayan languages, it seems that, and I'm learning Nahuatl, which would be related to the Aztec civilization. Oh, you're a Tetris player, cool. Yeah, so what I've realized is there are some overlaps, but there are distinctions. I don't have it. I'm gonna research that. I know. I was reading about this yesterday, but yeah, just to tell you, I don't know for sure. I think the oldest civilization we know of in Mexico is called Olmec. But there is also not what they speak in Peru. Do they? Where is your name from? Raishin Pu. You seem to know quite a bit. Um, Not what they speak. Raishin Pu. Yeah. What are these characters? They look Asian, but I don't know if they're just like random characters. It's a pun, a J idiom. Okay. I'm kind of new to this online chat community. J idiom. So yeah, Toltec. I'm also studying like Toltec civilization. Oh, Japanese characters. Okay, cool. Do you speak Japanese? Your name sounds Japanese. I'll get better at answering or asking questions that are not just yes and no. But like Japan is often Japan idiom. Okay, like Japan is often abbreviated to like J-pop, J-core, etc. Okay, cool. So I was encountering some information yesterday. It was a theory because I've heard this before. Well, you speak Japanese. Are you Japanese as well? Because the reason I ask is yesterday I was investigating the origin of Mexican indigenous people, and there are some theories saying that, and I am Mexican indigenous, that we came from um, East Asia. So you're French. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's some theories saying that we came from East Asia and Siberia, which I think is modern day Russia. But anyway, these are just theories. I didn't investigate too much. Do you also speak French? I'm curious. But anyway, we can also talk about what we have in common, which is Tether.io, Tetrio. I haven't really found like a really good way to play Tetris. Even Tetrio, you can't see it now, but it's giving me all these ads. So I am on Tor browser to try to eliminate. I mean, Native Americans came from the north during Ice Age, so yeah. See, that's like a theory that a lot of people have. I'm not really like an archaeologist or really an anthropologist by training, so I don't have a way to confirm, but my current interest is, like I said, learning Nahuatl. And this particular calendar, humanity comes from Africa, so it didn't generate in America. Right, I saw that too. There's a, it's a theory. Everyone originated, or humans originated from Africa. So, yes, I don't know. I haven't looked at all the evidence necessarily. But what I found really fascinating is that over time, um, specific groups did develop, right? So, for example, no, it's genetics, the genes have age, etc. It's not a theory. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to investigate further. Um, this calendar has really spoken to me when I'm studying it. And what's interesting to me, I was also reading about corn, right? Maize. Maize, I think, formed somehow in what some people now know as the Americas. I don't want to make anything up. I'm just playing Tetris, but this is what I was reading about yesterday. So it made me think about like how essential corn is to, as we would say, well, in particular, I can speak for Mexican people. I don't think corn came from the other side of the world. I don't think it was around when Pangea existed. Maize the goat. Let's not modify maize. Let's keep it non-GMO, please. But yes, I list the well, I have the calendar on here because I think it's beautiful and I'm learning about it and learning about my ancestry, at least the Mexican indigenous ancestry. But in the meantime, I want to talk about Tetris because since you also play Tetrio, um, I don't know, maybe we can talk about that. Like, what I haven't been on your channel, I'll maybe check it out later. But my reason for playing in desktop Tetrio, there's an option. Is there? Okay, because um, I am on a Mac, and the thing about the Macs is they're very selective about the apps you can download on here. And in order to actually install Tetrio, you need to bypass some sort of Mac security, and I'm not trying to risk that. So that's the reason I'm on the browser. I don't know, maybe I'll consider it again, but yeah, I'm really not trying to mess with the Mac security. Mace is indigenous. Yeah, going back to that, it is, yeah, indigenous. Well, indigeneity is a global term, I think. Go ads then. Well, there's one ad, you can't see it on here on the stream, or maybe you can see a little bit down there. Yeah, you can. Downer shopping. Oops. Um, yeah, I've been able to block them before, but somehow they keep coming back up. Yeah, indigeneity. I think it's a global term, which I'm still studying, but you can have indigenous Europeans. And that's something I was reading about, is just how important it is for people to connect to the earth and the land and their actual ancestry. I don't know much about French indigeneity necessarily, but I'm not an expert, so I don't want to go into all that. How long have you been playing Tetrio? I don't know. I'm trying to come up with some good questions here. I'm kind of new to it, and I love Tetris because I think it's a great mental exercise, and it's also there have been studies that show it's scientific psychological studies showing it's very helpful for managing PTSD symptoms. So like Europe is a big big mess. Like the oldest people were like the Celts, but Celts are Indo-Europeans, so they don't come from Europe either. Indo-European. Okay. I've been playing for 2 years. Okay, cool. So you might be way more advanced at this than me. I'm not really. I'm just right now. Like I said, I enjoy playing Tetris because it helps me manage stress and just protect my cognitive functioning. There's a lot of trauma in the world right now, so I advocate for more people playing Tetris. Like I said, there's scientific studies showing it helps with PTSD. So I'm glad you also play it, and hopefully we can encourage more people to play Tetris. Europe is a big mess. I'll just remember the Celts. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've heard of the Celts. Associate the Celts with the Irish for some reason, but I don't know. I think I was studying about the Nords, or is it the Nords? No, the Vikings. I don't know. There's just a lot right there that I don't know about, but I think it's important for people to get in touch with our history as humans. Irish is the Celtic. Yes, Tetris helps people. Yes, it does. I have been meaning to promote Tetris more for PTSD. And by that I mean that's what I'm trying to do now, but I'm trying to actually reference the actual studies I've seen. I'm trying to keep up with all your comments because I actually have two screens, and the screen where I see your comments is actually my TV, which I'm not facing. Maybe I should face it. Hold on. I'll just have to move a little bit. Irish, like the most studies I've seen about Tetris is how they develop the zone of the brain that deals with space visualization. Yeah, there's a movie. There's actually a movie about Tetris. I haven't watched. I think it's on Amazon Prime, but you just reminded me I should watch it and make some time for that as well. Cause there there's some people that actually have dreams of these blocks. I don't know if it's happened to me or if I've hallucinated it before, but and I also don't know if it's healthy, but I kind of want to get to that state, like playing enough Tetris that I start visualizing these blocks or start dreaming about the blocks. Have you got into that? It's an actual like phenomena or phenomenon. Have you experienced something like just seeing blocks in your daily life? The Tetris effect, yes. I've had it when I started playing seriously for like a few minutes. Just a few minutes, that's all it takes. Maybe it goes away because I I don't remember if it happened to me. Um but I don't know. I've been obviously I'm not entirely just focused on Tetris right now. Like I'm chatting and looking at the chat, which reminds me I'm gonna move so I could face the comments and look up. Um, oh, whoops. Yeah. Oh, did I pause? Oh, look, it's on pause. It's not even on like. I had to remove the gravity. For me, it went away. I don't know about other people. Okay, maybe that's what happens then. Maybe it goes away. So yeah, I'm pretty new to getting back into Tetris. I sometimes I play on the iOS app. It has a lot of apps, and my phone's a little old, so it just gives me a lot of distractions, and I don't do it. But what's your reason for playing Tetris or streaming Tetrio? I'm new to Twitch. This is like probably my third stream. For me, it went away, yeah. But I'm hoping, like I said, to just promote really Tetris for mental health. It doesn't matter like how good people are. Like to me, it doesn't matter how good I am at this game. Like it's just the practice, like the just focusing for a little bit. Okay, so I think we talked enough about Tetris. I'm really interested in this like the language conversation and origins of humanity and stuff like that. So you said you spoke French. So where are your people from? Um, where are your ancestors from? I know we covered everyone's from Africa as a theory, or have there being scientific evidence for the claim. So like I'm speedrunner and I was between games and I needed a filler game, so I started playing. Oh, I haven't heard of speedrunner. So, but then I remember 10 years ago I wanted to be good at it, so I haven't speedrun. Oh, I think maybe I've heard of speedrun, or I can at least visualize what it is. Um, Wait, so like I'm a speedrunner and I was between. There's no way to pause on Tetris, so like I said, I'm not really concerned about the me being so good at it necessarily. I'm so like I'm a speedrunner. And by the way, human beings are just like generally not good at multitasking. But I'd rather do this than drive and try to multitask because that's even more dangerous. At least here I'm just sitting. You can remove gravity. You know what? I am gonna do that. Then it's like that's actually what I was doing and that was helpful. Since this is the point is not to it's not competitive. I'm just gonna turn thank you for the here it goes. For the suggestion. Okay, so like I'm a speedrunner and I was between games and I needed a filler game, so I started playing, but then I remember 10 years ago I wanted to be good at it, so I haven't speedrun in a while. 10 years ago you wanted to be good at it. Ghostface has better than guys. Um, I've heard it. I don't know like if there's any scientific evidence for the claim. Um, yeah, it's hard. I'm like it's hard because I'm not really like part of me wants to bring up all of these studies and like bring them on the live, but I also want to focus on Tetris. Yeah, it's just my empiricistic impression. Um, well, I don't know. I mean, a lot of guys because I haven't listed this on my profile. I will eventually, but um, I am non-binary trans, so I feel like I fluctuate between these gender roles and norms. So something I hear a lot from people who identify as male or men, they'll tell me like I think like a girl or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm really good at multitasking or not. I From everything I've read, it's just like human beings are not very good at it, but you could be right. There could be a pressure for women and feminine people to just multitask more. I'm also old. Zoomers multitask better than us. Also old Zoomers multitask. The Zoomers. I haven't heard that term. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it could be a cognitive thing. Like maybe if you're younger, perhaps your cognition is better. But um, I just from everything I've heard is like humans are just not really good at it. That doesn't mean some people are not good at it, of course. It's just a generalization. But to your point about women being better at it, from my understanding, at least where I grew up in the southwestern USA, there in a Mexican household, there is like an expectation for women to be more maybe yeah more of the multitasker, like raising children, cooking, um, caretakers, like just having all these roles. I don't know. It's tricky to get into all this like the gendered conversation, but you brought it up, so I'm just kind of speculating. In Zen Buddhism, they often advocate monotasking. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Um, I think I advocate for that as well, which is the reason I think Twitch is such a funny, one of the reasons it's such a funny platform for me because if I truly wanted to get like only the benefits of Tetris like for myself, then I would just play it alone. But there are other benefits I'm trying to get from streaming playing Tetris. They're not all written down, so I'm not entirely intentional about them, but one of them is definitely trying to just make it more appealing for people, and like I said, just promoting mental health generally. Um, you said you're old. What does that mean? Old is relative, like, and Zoomers, like Zoom. What is the Zoom generation? I'm thinking about like Zoom, the app. Some people say they're old and they're like 21, so I don't know. But also, like, what interests you about my stream? Obviously, we both have this. We both have an interest in Tetrio. We both play it, but you also you're 42. Okay. Um, I don't know. I don't really know what old. When you said old, I was envisioning like 50, 60 or something. Um, okay. Zemmour doesn't often advocate. Yeah, and you brought up the what did you ask about first? I don't know how we started talking about. Oh, obviously I have the Aztec calendar, so yeah, I'm streaming the Aztec calendar. Which, by the way, I'm not showing myself. I think the first one or two streams I did show, um, like have my camera enabled. You shouldn't be able to see me right now. But the Aztec calendar, um, one of the alignments that I'm following is actually indicating this is a good time period to stay out of sight and not draw attention to yourself. So I'm just I'm choosing to um, not draw like actual attention to what I look like. A lot of people never show their face. Oh, I will eventually. I because I know the other Tetrio and I don't want to watch them. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I haven't actually been on the other Tetrio streams. But no, I like my first stream. I did show it, and then I realized like you know what, the calendar alignment that I'm following is actually recommending don't draw attention to yourself. So I interpret that to mean like, you know, my voice is still me, but just visually, at least for this time period, I think there's a few more days, 7 days or something like that. I'm gonna just do a microphone stream. A lot of people never show. But what do you do on your stream? Like, what do I mean? Do you just like play it? Do you talk? Like, I don't know. I've seen other people stream on Twitch. Hassan Abi, I've watched. He does. I mean, it looks like sometimes he plays games on there. Um, but of course, he does more of like political commentary and analysis. Oh, you don't stream? Okay, that's fine. I hope you're still playing Tetris though. But you know what? I was reading actually, there are people on Twitch who don't stream. You're right. Some people just watch, which that's what I was doing for a while. When I was watching Hassan's streams, and then I was like, you know what? Let me try this. Why not? But what do you like to see on people's streams since you watch other people's streams? Like, do you look at their strategy or like what? Because I don't have a television, so I watch Twitch. Oh, okay. Are you watching on your computer? On your? You mentioned desktop. Some people I know are watch on their phones. It's mostly Tetrio, retro gaming, and versus fighting game. Okay. I haven't I haven't really played too many video games other than Tetris. I grew up playing video games when I was younger, but over the years, I think I felt like I didn't have the time to play video games, and now I'm starting back up with Tetris, like I mentioned, primarily for the mental health benefits. And yeah, there's also just something about Tetris in particular that really fascinates me in terms of like the origins of it. The maybe you know more about it than I do, but the if I remember correctly, the person who designed Tetris was a programmer, like a computer scientist. Would you like guidance in your Tetris journey? Are you AI? Who are you supposed to Tetris? Yeah, I'll take any guidance. I'm really like one thing I'm really fascinated by is the like I was saying the origin of Tetris. I don't remember the founder's name, but Saint Pachitnov, we call him Saint. I mean, I think he might be saintly if we're using the term correctly because from what I read when he started, it was open source or open share, like he wasn't taking money from it, which also really appeals to me because right now I'm learning about trying to learn about the gift economy, and it seems like he is one of those people that knowingly or unknowingly was just a proponent of it. Like to invent this game, I don't know, it's just must he surely has or had some special gift. Has it? Okay. Oops. Thank you for letting me know. My capture froze. Oh, it looks like it did freeze. What is going on? Are you able to hear me though? Actually, I have a phone too. I should be checking it. Oh, okay. So then it's just the video. Yeah, I also have my phone. I can check it. Out of focus. Why, it did freeze. What is going on? Don't tell me Twitch. Does Twitch censor? I don't think. Oh, it's video buffering. Use the low latency toggle in settings. Uh, okay, settings. Now it says it's excellent though. Maybe it's back? No, I don't know what's going on. Clip. Oh, yikes, wrong button. Use the. I don't know if it's buffering. It looks like it's frozen. What if I. Maybe I'll just have to reset the stream. I don't know. Let me see. macOS. Remove. In OBS, you can refresh capture. Oh. Okay. Good point. That was happening to me earlier. Um, Restart capture. But that looks like it did it. Thank you. Yes. Gift economy. What have you... Okay, so back to guidance on the Tetris journey. You call him Saint. What makes you call him Saint? Here, let me get back to the game. Should be... It looks like it's... Yeah, it should be working now, maybe. Yeah, what makes you call him Saint? We were just... Saint Pagitnov. I don't know how to pronounce that. And actually, let me go ahead and expand the comment screen that I'm seeing. I haven't... Because very games will be very, very eternal. Oh, yeah, probably into the afterlife, right? Hold on. Yeah, there's like a divine, like your shadow piece is faint. You can change that in the options. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, different settings and stuff like that. Very few games. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. I think I know what you mean. Let me see. Yeah, Saint Pagitnov. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but when I was reading yesterday, like, anyway, it's just this like juxtaposition or like placement of the Aztec calendar with the with Tetris, and then reading a little more about what we know as Native Americans crossing from Siberia. It's just really funny because the Aztec calendar is not a game, but I feel like the I feel like Tetris and the Aztec calendar have definitely, like, obviously the Aztec calendar is more, they're very different things. They're, like I said, they're not games, but I'm really into geometry and going back to the creation of Tetris as a game, if this makes sense. Like, who, I mean, these blocks, like, who you know, obviously Paginov came up with them, but like, where do they come from? Like, you think of like jigsaw puzzles, they're always varied, but these are very specific blocks. Like, I don't know, I mean, are you I'm wondering, Raishin Poo, do you have a background in computer science or training in like mathematics, advanced training or something? Cause like, that's what I enjoy playing the game, But like, I just wonder about the mathematical foundations. You're in humanities, okay? Well, that's. But I used to be in chemistry uni. Yeah, it's great to have a balance. But what I was getting at with this was like, what are the mathematical foundations of Tetris? I had actually tried playing Tetris because of the ads. I tried installing, I think it's called Emacs, some software on the Macintosh, and kind of like tried programming it a little bit, but I'm just kind of not there right now. I kind of just want the effect of playing Tetris. Maybe eventually I'll get there. But since you mentioned the journey of Tetris, yes, it does feel eternal in a way, like going back to what's like what do the Aztec calendar and Tetris have in common other than geometry? Um, this sort of like eternal quality to it. If Tetris can get into our dreams, and the Aztec calendar is a spiritual, religious guide of sorts. I think they have that in common. They both appear in dreams or like guide our dreams. Okay. I don't know if I'm making sense anymore. But yes, please provide guidance. What do you have in mind? You mentioned like just changing the setting of the invisible piece. Maybe I'll play around with that eventually. I don't know. I guess he tried to make a puzzle game, but in CS you need replicable thing, and like Monomino is not complex enough, and Trimino has parity problems, so Tetromino is fine. Yeah, so you're speaking some of you're mentioning some of these terms that I've encountered, but like I said, um, I haven't like fully investigated. I know there's like a 3D version. I don't know if it's accessible to everyone, but I was reading about that, and I wanted to play um, the original Tetris for Mac, but I don't have an emulator for it. I don't want to get into all that like hacking piracy thing, which is why I appreciate Tetrio. Okay, I don't know. I guess he liked. Next, most new players remove shakiness. Oh, shakiness and bounciness. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Okay. Oh, okay. So like kind of just moving the cursor around. That makes sense. OG Tetris is available on Steam and Tetris Forever. Oh, is it free? I'm gonna. Is there a way to pin these comments? Cause like I need to take notes. How do I pin this? Pin. Oh, it's not free. Okay, well that's fine. Sometimes it's important to pay for things so you don't have to deal with advertisements. But yeah, I've been trying to find like the original Tetris, because right now I have my phone and my Mac. They're my primary, well, they're my only two really devices, and the TV, um, and ATV. Okay, no, your humanities used to be chemistry. Chemistry. Okay, so your humanities and chemistry. Yeah, it's the balance of the um, arts and sciences, really, which is another thing I really like about Tetris. It's right the colors, um, in this particular version, Tetrio. There's some dynamism involved with the graphics. Just when you pass the level, like you see all these flashing lights and all of that. But yeah, original Tetris. Um, going back to the open source, from what I understand, Saint was not charging for the product, and then I don't know, eventually started getting royalties or something like that. But I think that's a beautiful thing, you know, the gift economy. Like, if people can just offer something, whether it's their time or any sort of resource, without really expecting something in return, I think that'll make humanity better off. Never played tech. It's like Disco Tetrio. I haven't heard of tech. So what got you into Tetrio? Like, cause I saw on Reddit, I was doing a quick Google search on like, where can I play Tetris for free, and Tetrio seemed to be like the option I settled for, that I think could also be most accessible to other people, as I'm trying to get more people to play Tetris. Tetris Effect Connected. Yeah, do you oh, I don't know, I'm trying to ask some good questions here. But I'll have to look at your stream. Do you have any recordings? Because I've seen some other. I haven't really looked at the Tetrio streams, but I have. I've seen like the original. I think it's the NES or SNES streams, and it'd be cool to build up to that eventually if I can get either an emulator or a device to play it. I saw it on Speedrun Marathon. Oh, see, I still have to figure out what speedrun is. I had seen, do you remember seeing, it was years ago, there was like a big Tetris party. It makes me think it was in Russia, but it was like a big projector or something like that. I don't think I imagined it, but it was like, it was a social experience. And like, that's kind of my vision as well, is to, obviously right now this is online and it's a stream, so there's some sort of like collaborative element to it, because I have Raishin Poo on the stream, and we're having a conversation. But eventually I just want to, I don't know, is there a way for like to play together? Like, well, Tetrio does have, see, I'm new to Tetrio. I haven't even created a username. You've heard of Games Done Quick? It's like the biggest speedrun charity marathon. No, I haven't. Thank you for, I mean, again, I'm like, let's just say I haven't been able to really play games in a long time, and I'm finally starting to make time for it again. Charity. Games Done Quick. It's like the biggest speedrun charity marathon. That sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna flag that one too. See, just things I need to research. I don't know if the comments get saved after the stream. You've heard of games. I know some streamers, they'll like stream the comments. What the unpin? I don't know. Yeah, I've seen some streamers that they will oh, okay, I pinned it. Some streamers, what they will do is they will show the comments in the stream. I don't know, maybe I'll do that eventually. I think it does have kind of like a cool effect when you get to see kind of like the flowing comments on the screen, but yeah, I'm new to this. I hope it's actually safe for my mental health, because that's the whole goal. And that's the whole purpose, connecting with people and promoting mental health. Back to Raishin Poo though. Because we got a little information on Raishin Poo. Raishin Poo doesn't have a TV. Streams Twitch games, and is in the humanities. Mentioned Zen Buddhism, or is it? I think you mentioned some Buddhism. So, speaking of Buddhism, you'll be glad to know the Tetrio. Oh, that's pretty awesome. So, I think that's one of the reasons I hopped on Twitch is when I was watching Hasanabi streams. I noticed that he's very like trans affirming and has several trans followers as well. So yeah, I was thinking, okay, like it seems like Twitch is a friendly community. Half Buddhist. What's the other half? Um, yeah, so okay, going back to the Aztec calendar and Aztec religion, the let's see, from what I'm learning, predating Aztec religion and civilization was actually the Toltec civilization. And if I can call it Toltecism or Toltec religion or Toltec spirituality, appears to have, from my understanding, a lot of overlaps with Buddhism in the sense that a lot of religions seem to talk about, and spiritual systems seem to talk about good and evil. And religions, the Abrahamic religions like Christianity, Judaism, you're not religious, but it's something. Okay, cool. So yeah, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam can be considered the Abrahamic religions because they have this Abraham figure in common, from what I'm understanding. And it seems like these Abrahamic religions address this concept of good and evil. It's Toltec animistic. Oh, what does that mean? But it's something I relate to. It's like, as in, is there a focus on animals? I have to look up what animistic means, but um, if you're asking if animals are a big play a big role in the religion, there's a lot of like animal symbolisms, but there are also a lot of like the flower is one. So if you look at the calendar, we'll pause real quick. The Tetris. I don't. It's Toltec animistic. I don't know if you can clearly see on the calendar, but you'll see like a sort of like a crocodile or dragon. You'll see the jaguar. You'll see the rabbit. No, I don't know what animistic means. Let me see. I'm gonna have to define animistic on DuckDuckGo. My slow connection. Believe that objects placed in the creature's opposites are distinct. Oh, yeah, I guess so, because I was just having this conversation with someone from Iran about it. Like, I believe that everything has some sort of like, if I'm understanding, some sort of like spiritual essence. Is that what it was? Objects as well. Define animism. What am I doing? See, it's time for me to eat. I'm gonna have to be logging off in a few minutes to eat something. Objects placed in the creature's opposite as a spiritual essence. Yeah. Probably, yeah. Animistic cultures often express themselves in totemism. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's very spiritual, and I think that compared to, so Abrahamic religions focus on this battle between good and evil, where evil is something that good needs to vanquish, or in many ways like defeat, or I don't know, and possibly kill, like I don't know, but anyway, there's this whole concept of defeating it, whereas it seems that in Buddhism, when you have this concept of the yin yang, it's a harmony of opposites, and it's really this concept of evil is really difficult to and challenging for me to like speak about, but with Buddhism and Toltecism, I think they have that in common. Instead of good defeating and vanquishing evil, it's really about being in balance. right? So if even if we just don't think about good and evil, but we think about opposites, the idea is to harmonize the opposites and not necessarily focus on one defeating the other. So I don't know. Maybe that's if you're half Buddhist, perhaps Raishimpu, that would draw you to some of the Toltec spirituality. There, I don't know how valid what I'm about to say is, but I was reading that in Star Wars, the concept of the Force, actually, Abraham religions came about against Egyptian polytheism, so they had built-in limitations, if you will. Oh yeah, so there was like a um, built-in limitations against. I don't believe in totemism. Okay, I'm gonna have to research totemism, and I am about to log off. I really enjoyed you being on the stream. Now it says there's one viewer, but I am about to log off, so I don't know if you're still on here. I'm gonna send a comment anyway. Just so it's written down. Thanks, Raishimpu, for joining the stream. Yeah, see you later. We'll go eat now.